I love when it's being like this. Oh wait, oh it's working. Oh, you're functional. Good, good, good. So, sorry, I'm not going to be. Oh no, that's not what I'm trying to say. No, what am I trying to say? Well, now that I could say that. I'm not all too well feeling good. I'll be honest. Is that roll? Oh, sorry. They updated the camera for VR chat and messing with it a little bit still. After all, it's part of my job, so use all the features that you can get out of it. I guess. Yeah, they did add roll as a thing. That's definitely a new emotion. But no, my arm right here, on my IRL arm. It's not tracking. There we go. Like right there. There's a nice bit of road rash from an accident that I was in on my scooter. I tried to go downhill. There was a guy on the sidewalk. I dinged my bill at him like a dozen times to get his attention. He moved aside. Didn't move aside enough though. So when I tried to pass him, I ran out of sidewalk and dropped down into the curb a little, like a good quarter inch. The wheel grinded against the that lip that I popped down off of and threw me off the scooter going about 13 miles an hour, and I skidded. Yeah, it was a good time. It was great. Just add it to the list of times that I've been injured on that damn thing. What are we at? Like, one, 12. Those were from the walk, but like, times I've been injured in the last. Ow, God, that hurts. One, re-injured that. Two, there was actually three, and then four, and then now five. Yeah, it sounds about right. I have had a lovely first-hand experience with the effects of gravity. uh, it's funny though. Oh yeah, and right here on the palm, in the base of my paw, there's a nice little bunch of like divots and scratches right there. But it's gonna take more than a couple nicks and bruises to keep the angel off her feet. I've got that concert coming up in about a week. That'll be fun. I'm gonna definitely be taking lots of pictures because I'll be in a whole different state for a couple days. It's gonna be really fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. I've been wanting to see this band for a while now. Ugh. Yeah. Citizen Soldier. One of those bands that has had a profoundly inspirational effect on me. Their music has saved my life in a couple instances. I don't want to have a repeat of April 3rd, 2024 ever again. 90 pills. They had to pump my stomach in the ER, being taken there by an ambulance. It wasn't even actually. Why don't I talk about that night for a little bit? It was late, about 2 in the morning actually, and I'd just gotten some rather disturbing news from somebody who I'd considered to be a deep friend and almost wanted to get into a relationship with, and did for a little bit. That well, effectively, I got into a spot with somebody else. This is really hard to talk about, but pictures were taken and things were shown on camera. The fact that those pictures were taken was denied by the other person, and they threatened to use them against me and leak them online. And being gaslit like that, and, well, SA being involved, effectively blackmail with my own body. I put on some music, continued to work and load the packages, grabbed a bottle of ibuprofen that I had on me, started chugging pills. And after about 90, I had already started to regret doing it. I had a moment of bliss. A moment of like pure freedom. I felt like I was gonna be free. Free from FedEx, free from the dysphoria, free from everything. I was escaping. I was out of here. I was leaving everything. That's when it hit me. I was leaving everything behind. My friends, my family, Juno, people that I loved, and people that I still love. And I was losing all of that. And I could feel the starting to work their effects on me. I was feeling really loopy and out of it, and vision was blurring a little bit. It was memory's a bit fuzzy from that night, but I remember having a moment of clarity through the fog that had built up. Realizing what I was doing. Realizing the dumb and incredibly stupid mistake I was making of throwing away my entire love life and my entire career and all of everything that I had worked for. And I tripped myself, knocking myself into the hallway, out of the truck. I called out. My voice was weak, but I called out. Somebody heard me. And when they asked what was wrong, I pointed to the first truck where they found the bottle of pills. Empty. I told them that I'd been taking them. And they immediately called an ambulance, and they wheeled me out. Took me to the hospital, pumped my stomach, maybe drink charcoal. Actually, yeah. I keep saying they pumped my stomach, but they pumped my stomach without sticking a tube down, but basically what they did is they made me drink a shit ton of charcoal, which absorbed all of it. Activated charcoal. It absorbs everything that's in there, and then you have to like pass that out, and it makes it inert. Thankfully, it wasn't, actively killing me as quickly as like needing to actually have surgery and get like a tube down your damn throat. Thank God. I need to correct that. I keep saying pumped stomach, but like pumping stomach without actually pumping it with like a hose. Just anyway, the rudimentary details. And I didn't tell my parents at the time when this happened. I was given a small phone and told you can call a couple people and then we have to take your belongings away. Because I was going into inpatient treatment. And the first person that I called after calling someone to try and get a ride after everything was said and done was Juno. I got one phone call effectively, other than my ride, and he was the one I told. I wanted him to know that I was okay. I wanted him to know that I was still alive. Because as far as everybody knew on the server, I had attempted to take my own life and no one had heard from me. I never want to go back to that place. Also, I never want to have to go inpatient again. It was something else. You can't do anything. You're restricted to very, very rudimentary shit. You know, you can read magazines and do puzzles, but that's about it. I was interviewed by two separate therapists and a psychoanalyst. They asked me like, "Hey, like, what are your goals? How can we prevent this from happening again?" And the sad thing is, I didn't tell my parents this has happened until like a good while later. And I have to say it, but part of why I attempted wasn't just the blackmail from that other thing, the pictures, but it was also because I felt like my parents didn't care. And I was completely wrong. They do care. I am very blessed to have parents that do care. They are trying. But it's hard, you know? It's hard when your kid is not your son, but your daughter. Even though you raised them that way for 22 years. And now they're changing. It takes some adjustment, it takes some getting used to. But some people get lucky. I got very lucky to have parents that at least were willing to change their perception, were willing to change how they saw me. Not everybody gets that, so not everybody's going to have the same happy story that I do. Some people got it even better than me. Some people have parents that are not only fully supportive right out the gate, but are willing to help with the transition if it means their kid will be happier. That's the dream, but not everybody gets that, and that's not what I need. My parents shaped me into who I am today. Their son is still in there somewhere. She just doesn't go by that. I haven't really talked about trans stuff in a minute on this channel, have I? Because it's not really been something that I need to talk about all the time. Like, I don't need to constantly be discussing my transition and everything, but there also have been updates because, of course, I don't have my estrogen. But, that is not important. Because I will be getting it back eventually. It'll happen. And, yeah. Got that new computer setup coming soon. So I'll have my computer up and running again in a little bit. Hopefully in the next couple months, it'll be back to normal business. Ow, God, arm. And I also kind of glad that emotions aren't riding as high as they were yesterday. I mean, it's still hard. It's hard losing those you care about. It's difficult. Losing loved ones is not easy. I don't even know what am I gonna call this video? I don't know. Christ. Okay. Water. Also, people wandering around downstairs freaks me out still. Paranoid, go Bert. Old days of not knowing who is around the corner. It's just, I don't know why it's just an old carryover from my childhood. God, my fucking arm. Oh, this thing's sore. My whole body is fucking sore. Yeah, I wiped out pretty bad. I'm hoping that at some point in the near future, I can get the money together to get a moped. As I'd like to be able to have a vehicle that I can sit down at and that ideally runs off gas. It's unfortunately EVs just are not EVs, yes, the Pokemon, no. Electric vehicles just are not that efficient. Yeah, they're okay, but like, I don't know. I'm torn between like, on the one hand, electric vehicles are getting better. On the other hand, like, big ass cobalt batteries and all that, not being usually recyclable and yada 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 yada. Besides, it's not like a scooter would take, a moped would take that much gas anyway, so maybe worth it. I still gotta do the research into it. Ugh. God. Ow. Okay. Yep, that hurts. I just been yapping, man. Been yapping for a while. I'm really excited for tomorrow, I'll say that. I've got the whole weekend off, and I'm really, really looking forward to the meetup. Maybe we can play Blackout. Maybe we can, like, do some good old... The gang's all here, murder games, and, can have a good time. I don't know, hopefully. But I should probably go. I'll see you guys later. Blah, blah, blah. It's been fun. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.